The Honor V Magic V5. Let's talk about it. So obviously this is a phone that's very much competing with the brand new Z Fold 7 and the Google 10 Pro Fold. Although the 10 Pro Fold is getting its own separate hate. I don't know. There is mixed reviews I've heard about the 10 Pro Fold. I still think it's an amazing phone. I still got it. You already know. Anyway, I'm very much biased towards, Google when it comes to the 9 Pro Fold. And the 10 Pro Fold is just better than that. Main display of the Honor V Magic or Magic V5 is 7.95 inches. So it's actually 0.5 inches less than the Z Fold series and the Google Pixel series, which I thought was kind of interesting. It has a better pixel count than the other two with a 2172 by 2352, but a little bit different there. It also has a little bit bigger of this outside display than the 10 Pro Fold, but smaller than the Z Fold 7. Chipset is going to be Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the same as the Fold 7. 12 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes options, same thing as the Z Fold 7. Android 16 / Magic OS. We have Android 16 / One UI. 50 megapixel camera wide, 50 ultra wide, 64 telephoto, and 3x zoom. 3x zoom, same thing on the other one, except better cameras across the board, except for the 200 megapixel wide. I said this a million times on this channel, I'll say it again. Megapixels are pointless, okay? Most people take pictures, they post it on social media. Social media will downscale all your images and make all images pretty much for the most part look exactly the same. So when you go out there and you're like, oh, I got, a 200 megapixel camera, it's going to be zero difference between a 200 megapixel camera and a 13 megapixel camera in the end. Because when you post on social media, it's exactly the same picture. Now, where megapixels, which is millions of pixels, when this matters is when you are printing images out. So if I'm printing out a life portrait of myself, I cannot shoot that on a 13 megapixel camera. I cannot. It will look blurry. It won't look good. It will look crappy. But if I, for example, shot that on hypothetically a 200 megapixel camera, then it's going to look good. Now, obviously, then you have to go talk about the glass and what glass is on it. And, you got aperture settings, you got ISO settings. There's a lot more to do with that, but I'm trying to give you, the basics rundown. When people say, oh, this has a 200 megapixel camera, it does not matter. It really doesn't. And then they got, the zoom levels. And most of the time, it's going to be, digital zoom, which isn't the worst in the world, but it's not really zooming. So again, like I said, just keep in mind a lot of these words can just be words that kind of try to sell the phone, but it's not the same as, wow, this is 200 megapixels, this is 10 megapixels. Clearly, the 200 megapixels is going to be so much, I mean, maybe not 10, but this is 30 megapixels and versus 200. 200 is going to look so much better. No, it's not. It's not at all. I think the magic number for what megapixel camera is going to be the most perfect camera for 99% of the people on this earth. It's going to be around 24.5 megapixels. That is the perfect camera size when it comes to, megapixels that you would want, okay? So just keep that in mind whenever you see this, conversation starter, I will say, when it comes to certain posts. You really do not need as crazy as they post out there. When they're 200 megapixel camera. It's not going to be different if you're posting on social media. It's not going to be different unless you're working in Lightroom with the raw, okay, speech impediment here. Raw images. Raw, okay, I cannot say that word for some reason. The, blanket images where it's just straight from the camera, not through any type of, Google Drive or anything like that, straight from the camera, then yes, you're going to get a very beautiful image. But outside of that, you're not going to see much of a difference. Rant aside, You have 66 watts wired, 50 watts wireless, 5 watts reverse wired, and so on and so on. So, listen, it's a great phone. It really is a great phone. Obviously, majority of people watching this video are not going to be able to pick up the Honor, V5, but it's being touted right now as not only the thinnest phone, or one of the thinnest phones, it's also being touted as one of the strongest phones. So, kind of interesting, Eventually, we're going to have to get to a point where we start talking about the most, money for your buck type of phone. I feel like at some point you can't keep going thinner. You just got to start, worrying about other things like this phone gives you the most for your money. And it's not going to use AI. It's going to actually have it's worth your money. So that would be a beautiful sight. I don't know. Some of these phones are ticking me off when it comes to they focus so much on things that really are just not important. And I feel like there's things that we need to focus more on when it comes to a better phone and not just a thinner phone. I really am starting to hate this whole, we need to make the thinnest phone possible and that's the main goal. No, let's make the best phone possible, add in the most possible for $2,000, not make it the thinnest phone possible that really at the end of the day, it's a cool gimmick that it's, very thin, it's crazy thin, but it's not something that's going to change anything or fix anything in the end. So, peace out.